Hi everyone and welcome back to Decoded by Diverse. Today we have Vova Sadkov, the founder and CEO of eesee. Welcome Vova, it's really good to have you. Always with a smile on your face.
Thank you, Dina. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. First, the way I like to get these things started is maybe just tell us about your background. You're young, so I know there's not going to be too much. So just give us your background and then how you got into Web3 and then your vision and like basically, how you envisioned eesee.
Amazing, amazing. So I'll start with basics. I'm 26, 5 years on position of CEO and founder of different startups. Started with traditional IT, with the educational technology platform. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, generating 9 to 10 million ARR for 2.5 years, and we've been doing the educational courses with KOLs, entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, and with people who can teach audience something. So we've been doing this on the CIS market for 2.5 years, and then we've scaled it and I've sold it. I've exited that company, sold it with a slightly discounted valuation, but still very successful. Then I've seen that the COVID happened and people needed something to sterilize things with. We've got in touch with the delivery guys, and they've told that, look, it will be cool to have like a tech that can, hardware tech, that can sanitize everything inside the delivery guy bag. So we've just started engineering, developing, producing, and selling the hardware, medical technology hardware, and just it went super good. We've started dealing with several delivery companies, with bankings, like the biggest one with which we have been dealing is Barclays.
Wow.
Some consumer-centric companies. Even our devices been positioned in dealership centers of Porsche and several other companies, and it went as well very successful. In under 9 months period of time, this company got valued at $21.5 million, and I
Wow.
was 23 at that time. Uh,
Amazing.
yeah, and the biggest consumer electronic brand in the CIS, they came to us. They've told, look, Vova, you're young, we can invest once, and you will be working with us for the rest of your life, or we can just buy out your shares of the company. So that's what I've done. Second exit, I'm not saying that it's like multi-million dollar exits, and but still, it's like it's cool when you envision an idea, you create it, people start using it, and then it's like it's a success for you, because the product is used, because you are able to make some money, because you are making it valuable for other people. So basically, that's how I made my first two exits. Then moved to Dubai. I'm just as a background as well to add, I've studied in under Cambridge Foundation College. I've studied economic studies, business studies, and I always thought that, okay, I have a good education. I want to give good education to my kids whenever I will have kids. But then I have a small brother, and I was like, okay, if I haven't got kids right now, I can give good education to my small brother. So that's why we moved to Dubai. We moved to Dubai for to make him educate himself in the Harriet Watt University,
Hmm.
and basically that's how I'm here. I've moved to Dubai. I've started deep diving into crypto, Web3. Never traded, never flipped coins, never flipped NFTs. Just treated blockchain as a technology,
Hmm.
crypto as a technology. So I just got really interested into it.
Okay.
And then just we were thinking how to bring additional amount of users into Web3, and we started developing eesee. That's how everything started.
Okay, cool. Wow, you've done a lot, in the last few years. So with eesee, so the NFT platform wise, can you tell us about like what made you think like this product needed to be built? Like what issues did you see during obviously like all of the projects and platforms that you were looking into? Where did you think like, okay, this is where I'm going to be building eesee and this is why?
Sure. So basically, to start with, we are positioning. We started with NFT platform,
Mm-hmm.
but at the moment we are positioning ourselves as a gamified marketplace for NFTs primarily, but as well for tokens and tokenized RWAs. So anything on a blockchain can be traded on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we are positioning it right now. So in terms of how we started it, it's a great question as well, indeed. So I always thought that, look, if people are going to use something that is gamified, it will just scale the process on the market. the process of more and more people joining the market. And I see that games or like Gamefied sector will bring a lot of people, but as well, those people need to spend money, because if money is coming to the market, market is becoming bigger. So basically, we started thinking how to add this gamification aspect to the trading to make it attractive for users.
Right.
So we've just developed this decentralized on-chain raffling ticketed sales system where users can enter a raffle at just a fraction of the cost of the asset of anything, bags of tokens, NFTs, tokenized LWAs, so they can enter at a fraction of the cost in order to win big, in
Right.
order to get a full valuable asset. But if they are not winning, they are just having this amount that they've entered with locked staking. So basically, but they are not wasting money, not burning money. They, instead of this, get investment interest on that amount of money that they have. We call it like a total trading volume.
Right.
So basically, it's a win-win-win situation for the seller. They are able to accelerate the selling process. For the seller as well, they are able to upsell at some point,
Right.
so to sell higher than the floor price, basically. Then the asset is being traded on the market originally. For the buyer, now they can enter the market just easily, and the communities become more accessible. And for us as a platform, we just made this tech, so we are taking the small cut in the percentage of the traded volume. So that's what we're building.
Amazing. And with your when did your testnet first go live?
We've started like from today's date. Testnet went live something like 50 days ago.
50 days.
50 days ago. Yeah.
Okay.
We're still in testnet phase. We are planning to launch the platform in something like first dates of March on mainnet.
Okay.
So mainnet is going live first dates of March, and then we are scaling volumes and active users and everything like this.
So one thing I think is very impressive, considering it's only been 50 days. Can you tell us a little bit more about, the number of wallets you have, the total trading volume on the platform? I know it was a significant number yesterday, so I'm sure today is also even more.
So in terms of what we are focusing on right now on the platform, we are focusing on the amount of wallets connected. If we have wallets connected, we can track stats, we can track on-chain data, the cumulative volume on those wallets, the cumulative value of all assets on those wallets. So basically, this is super those numbers are always interesting for us.
Yeah.
We've seen that starting from the beginning, 24 hours into testnet, we had 30,000 wallets connected to the platform. Basically, we didn't envision that demand. Of course, we had several problems in terms of the lags and bugs and everything like this, but we've started super fast fixing it. And now at the moment, yesterday, the stats were 1,018,000 wallets connected to the platform.
Insane.
Of course, we understand that some of those guys can be multi-hackers, farmers,
Right.
airdrop hunters, and all of the, let's say, incentivized users. But we as well check the on-chain stats, and we see that stablecoins, native tokens, altcoins, and NFTs, all the portfolio of those wallets who connected those wallets to our platform is more than $95 million plus.
Wow.
So yeah.
And what was what was the trading volume on the platform over the last 90 days?
In terms of the total trading volume on the platform, we are not checking it because the platform is on testnet. So it's
Right.
not the real money. But
Right.
we check the in 30 days and in 90 days the total trading volume on chain of
Yeah.
those wallets, to as well check that even if we have the multi-hackers and guys who wanted to get benefits from our incentivized program, we check that they though we have a very big number, they still are active
Yeah.
wallets.
There was
And
almost 500 million, is that right?
yeah, it was not exactly 500 million. It was over the last 90 days 240 million
Okay.
in volume, and over the last 30 days it was something like 120 million plus. And we have all those numbers on chain, so we are openly showing those numbers. We have them in open source, we are checking them, we are tracking them using the on-chain data analysis tool, which is open source basically.
Amazing. And you have built this business in Dubai, correct?
Yep. We are Dubai-based company. Me and my co-founder, we are based out of Dubai, and we are positioning it as a Dubai business.
You have a very impressive cap table and group of partners. So can you tell us a little bit about that process for you?
Sure. So we'll start with partners.
Yeah.
Basically, once we started building this, we thought that, okay, we need a lot of eyes on us because we are building a B2C product,
Right.
consumer-centric, user-centric, and basically the easiest part for us. But like how we can attract a lot of users, a lot of eyes on us, is to partner with some companies, projects, collections, and basically partners who already have audience and community. What we started doing, we started giving benefits to those partners. So basically, we started giving whitelist spots. We started giving the early access to the platform to the members of those communities. So for those members, it seems and it is that those companies, collections, and everybody treats community so well that they want to give benefits, even like additional benefits. And for us, it is like it's a win-win situation for us because we see that those users are already incentivized. They see that we basically thought about them. We give them like a early bird presents,
Yeah.
benefits, and all that stuff. So basically, we in 2 months period of time, we partnered with 600 plus partners, communities, alpha groups, starting from like super big ones like Apecoin, Chainlink, Polygon Labs, and everybody like this, and then to super small ones like very niche communities, alpha groups, private chats, just smaller collections and all of that. Props to our community manager, but he was like,
Give him props.
yeah, props to him. But yeah, that's how we started. And right now we have like in terms of the strategic partners, we have 50 plus strategic partners from like big guys like audit companies like Hacken, Quantstamp as well invested in us, and to some bigger guys in terms of NFT collections like Apecoin, like Cyberkongs, and several other ones, to just social platforms like infrastructure partners, chains, and everybody like this. This is what happens like when you as well not only request support, but when you're able to give something in like exchange.
Yeah.
So we wanted to show that we are open to propose something to their communities, and they just reacted super positively. So that's how we got a lot of partners.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good when there's like mutual benefit,
Sure.
like mutual benefits in the partnership. What were some of like your bigger challenges, would you say? Like, what was a challenge that you faced that you thought was extremely like from a Web3 standpoint? Because this is your first Web3 project, right? So this is like,
For me, just to be super transparent and honest, I didn't know a lot about Web3. I've like I can say that I'm in Web3 for 2.5 years at the moment, but I haven't been there as a founder. This is my first project as a founder. Of course, I've been as a founder in traditional IT,
yeah,
but here a lot of things are different. In traditional IT, I'd say that product is on first place. Here, the community is on the first place. When you have community, you always have several shots to make a product. You can release once, you can fix it, you can release twice, and do it like this. In the traditional IT, if you release a product and it's not working on or working not as users were thinking that it should be working, it's like you're done. You're
yeah.
screwed. This is the like the main part.
I mean, I think it's a known fact as well within Web3 is like you only get one chance.
Sure.
Because if you have a community, and we've seen it with like some of these biggest founders in the last 2 years who failed, right? And like they tried to make a comeback and it was just it would never work.
Yeah.
What would be like a one piece of advice, because you're young, like you've come from a very successful Web2 background, and I think that's something that makes you very valuable for Web3 is because product wise you have the experience, and like within Web3, as long as you have that supportive community, which we all know you do. So what's one piece of advice that you would give to someone from the traditional space who wants to build a product and bring it into Web3?
That's a good one. I'm always saying this to my friends who are building right now, to different founders who reach out, and like to people who ask for advice. I'm saying that look, you know what is customer development in Web2, in traditional startups and everything like this. Just multiply it by 10. You should speak to your community, you should ask them what they want, you should ask them what do they not want, and all that stuff. How we got, at the moment we got something like 300 plus users in our community, just Discord and Twitter X and just different other channels. We just, how we got to this point, we were speaking to the community. I'm always in chat personally as a founder. I'm always in a group chat. Everybody can reach out to me. My DMs in Twitter are open. I'm literally answering everybody. Just anyone who is asking any support, who is asking how, like, okay, this thing is not working. I'm answering like, okay, we're sending this to devs, and I'm sending devs to that person. They are just we treat everybody like with direct attention.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And even in the community, in our, like, we have regional chats, we have
Nice.
CIS chat, Asian chat, Turkey chat, like global chat. And even in the global chats, like, guys are sending screenshots how they are talking to me, and they're like, wow, those guys really care about us, and this is super nice.
That's
This is,
important
yeah,
too.
this
Yeah.
is, will they feel like it's not like we are just building because we are building. I'm always saying that we are building for the community. We are building for the community. We want our product to be used. I don't want this product like a lot of other products that been released and then it's been played with for something like 1-2 months and then it's done. So just for me, the saddest part, when you've spent a lot of time, of different people, and then this product is not used.
Yeah.
But to make this product used, you need to speak with your community. That's the key part.
I think that's really refreshing, especially because you're so young as well. And like within Web3, I always tell everyone from like a client perspective, I always say that your community needs to connect with
Sure.
you as a founder. So I think it's amazing that you do that. Where do you see easee as a platform, like an ecosystem? Like where do you envision it going within over the next, let's say, I'll just say throughout this next bull run, where do you see it going?
Look, my like in a long run,
Yeah.
what I want to build a fundamental marketplace. We will start with this gamified approach, but then we will add the common marketplace approach. We will add several other approaches to the trading. I want to make it a fundamental marketplace with the big trading volumes, with a big user base, with a big supply base. So basically, we want to make like it would be super like funny, but we want to build like a Web3 Amazon, basically, that can be used with crypto native audience, but as well it can be used by Web2 audience, even maybe just without them knowing that they are using it on a blockchain. But to make it super transparent, to make it super like trustworthy, and stuff like this. So this is my vision, is that we want to make easee not just like a gamified platform, gamified marketplace. Of course, we are starting with this as a go-to-market strategy, because always we've seen it a lot of times when you come to the market with something common, people are like, okay, let it stay here, we will return to this.
Yeah, yeah.
But when it just enters the market with something uncommon, fresh, new approach, something interesting, and maybe sometimes even like people are not understanding what is it from the very beginning, but then they're like, oh, it's so fresh, it's so cool, that they're starting using it. And as well, this helps like the new freshly baked approach, it helps you to spread the word about the product, because like imagine I'm using the platform, I'm just a user, but I'm meeting with you and I'm saying that, look, Dina, have you seen this easee? Those guys are doing something really cool and interesting. I have never seen this.
Yeah.
You will be more interested if I'll say, okay, those guys are building just one more marketplace. Will you want to use it?
No.
Probably no, because you are using different other marketplaces already. So this is basically the go-to-market strategy, is to make something interesting and new. And then we will start adding the common approaches, different ones that we will just create again. So yep, the final vision is the fundamental marketplace.
That's amazing. And is there anything about like anything that you would want the audience to know about EC that you maybe think they might not already know?
Look, I'd say that several common things.
Yeah.
First thing is that we are super receptive to the feedback. I think that a big part of the audience noticed that if we hear any feedback, advices, opinions, or anything like this, we are straightforward implementing it. That's the first thing. So if you are in our community, if you are as our user, or if you are not our user at the moment but you are planning to be our user, we are super receptive to the feedback. If you will see anything that you don't like, or if you will see anything that you will feel that we can do better, we will do it. Just tell us. That's the first thing. Second thing is that we are incentivizing users at the moment on the testnet, so they are just using the testnet, farming points. We've just disclosed it that it will be an airdrop. We will give the part of the supply to our community to play with it, to use it, to just to feel like you're the part of the ship. So basically, I think that this is super important. So we are going to give the airdrop for the users who are using the testnet at the moment, but even bigger testnet will be given to the guys who will use it on the mainnet. Because right now on the testnet, users shown us where we have weak points, where we have something that we need to fix, where we need something that we need to prepare even more. But then on mainnet, we will need like 10 times more of this support, feedback, usage, and everything like this. So the airdrop will be as well, like, I won't say that 10 times more, but it will be super significant. So
Sounds
yeah,
good.
we want to generously incentivize users, and we want to generously thank them for thinking about us.
Let's go back to talking about, I know we discussed your partners. Can you tell us a little bit more about your cap table? Who are your biggest backers?
Sure. So we started raising in April 2023, and we've got backed by several angels, but not super notable angels. But as well, we got joined by Daedalus angels. Daedalus angels are the investment syndicate. They've backed previously some notable companies like Sismo, Poap, 1inch, Li-Fi, ZK-Sync, Polygon, and different other ones. So those guys were the first, let's say, notable backers that we have on the cap table. And starting that point, everything went super smooth. Everything went scaling. Those guys are super supportive. Still, up until today, I can text any one of the group of angels, even like at 3 a.m. at night, and they're like, okay, we're here to help. If I have anything in terms of where I need advices or feedback, I reach out to them, they're helping. That's where that was the first, like, let's say, the big backer that we have. Then we started raising the private round in November 2023, and we just in under 1 month and a half, we've oversubscribed it. But
Wow.
it was successful for us because of the numbers on testnet, of course. When we haven't got the it's common when you don't have a platform live, when you don't have a product live, but it's not super interesting for the investors. But once you have the product live, once you have the platform live, and you have some numbers, you have just you have traction
Right.
basically, and you start becoming a bit more interesting to the investors. So the first big investors who we have is the 7x Ventures. 7x is one of leading Asian VCs. So basically, as well, investment director at 7x, Lavenger is super super helpful guy. Super helpful guy. He's as well like 24/7 on in touch, and he's the part of the team. So I really like this approach where you are not investor and the benefit that you give is only money,
Yeah.
but it feels like you are the part of the team now,
Yeah.
because it's like this is super cool. Then we have several more super helpful guys like Maven Capital. Maven Capital as well helped a lot. Meta Bros, the uh, party that helped us with incubation, but investment and incubation and connections and everything like this. So, and we have several other ones. We have as well, let me think, like Momentum 6, we have guys, they are super well known as well, and super they have a lot of connections in region, a lot of connections in Asian region, in the UAE as well, and they're as well super helpful. We have several other ones in terms of the venture capitals, but just yeah, all of our investors who I've carefully picked, like one guy as well, the Joris from Meta Bros, he told me one thing, and I've remembered it. He told, your cap table is your is your art. You need to paint it like a masterpiece. So I've heard this carefully. I remembered it, and basically that's how we've done. We've handly picked all of our VCs, but as well we have a lot of angels. We have some big guys in terms of NFTs like Zeneka, G Money, Whale Swoosh, Dingaling, and those guys are angels. They're not like VCs, but they're super supportive angels. So they are supporting in terms of the spreading a word about us. They are just with anything needed, connections, my major announcement support, and everything like this. And as well, we have a lot of angels in terms of the token side of the market, like big guys like Pentoshi, with Capo, Brian D. Evans, Ivan Ontak, and different other guys. We have something like 100 angels with small tickets, but we've as well picked them very carefully, just looking at those guys who can provide not only like a name on a cap table, but as well
significant value.
Yes, significant value add. So basically, I can reach out to any one of those guys even on weekends, and they will be like, okay, we're here to help. So that's the thing. Of course, I totally understand that it's hard for early stage startup founders to pick investors, because when somebody gives you money, you want to take this money. And I was like this. I was like, oh, but you are willing to give me money? Okay, I'll take
I'll
all
take
of it.
it.
I'll take it. But then when you start when you start understand who can provide value, who cannot provide value, and you understand that basically you are giving to them the percentage of your company.
Yeah.
That's like the percentage. Even like 1% is 1 over out of 100, and 100 is not a big number. So basically, it's like you should be super careful with whom you are sharing your baby, basically.
Exactly.
And yeah, this was my vision in terms of the investors, and I'm super thankful for everybody who supports, and will keep supporting. So yeah, in terms of the cap
Including
table,
us.
yeah.
Not joking. No, I think it's really amazing. I think in the last bull run, everyone was just taking money from everyone. And I think something that everyone learned, and I think in this next bull run, it's very different, is like people are not willing to just take any money. People need value for the money. And I think it's really great. I think especially for you to, you started building a year ago, right? So you've come a long way in the year.
Sure.
And I think this is going to be, I'm very excited to see where easee goes. Yeah, no, I think it's amazing. Is there anything else that you would want to share that we maybe haven't discussed?
I think that we've gone through it pretty much. Yeah, I think that.
Okay, brilliant. Well, then I'll just say thank you so much for joining us, Vova. It's been a really great chat. I know it went by very quickly, so, but yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Dina, for having me. And yeah, thank you for all the Decoded team. And yeah, happy to be a part, happy to be here with you, and happy to talk about easee. Thank you so much. And thanks to everybody who was listening to it. Hopefully that you'll like it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. That's a wrap.